Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'm still planning on putting out a Season 1 Tornado Druid build guide, but I finally dropped the Barber Heart, so I've been messing around with that and then just trying to optimize the builds for Season 1 before I make that guide. So a couple things. The last video I put out that was running Earth and Might without the Barber. This video we're running the Barber, no Earth and Might. Earth and Might is one of the few Druid abilities that does not interact properly with the Barber Heart. So we dropped it for another key passive. Now, I've pretty much tried all of them that make sense, so Perfect Storm is an option for sure. Ursine's Strength is actually a pretty good option, and maybe even better. I mean, it's double the damage multiplier of Perfect Storm, but it just has the added condition that you have to remain healthy to get the damage increase. So as long as you have enough defense and healing, then I'd say it's better. I don't think you really need the resource generation from Perfect Storm. You could even run the passive that gives you extra attack speed while in werewolf form if you wanted to. What I landed on was Lupin Ferocity. Now, I do not have any math to back this up. In fact, I would imagine that some of the other passives are mathematically better than Lupin Ferocity, but I can tell you from my personal experience that I just think it feels better to use. So I'm running it. And again, I'm going to put it in the D4 planner in the video description, but you could run any of those other passives, and I encourage you to try any of them out and see what feels best for you. One other change that I made is I'm running Aspect of the Dark Howl on my boots, so this allows us to run Debilitating Roar. It becomes a werewolf skill, so we can run it in dire werewolf form, and I really like it. I think it has great synergy with the Barber. In Nightmare Dungeons, pretty consistently you run up on 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 elites, and we're going to be running the heart that pulls enemies into you. So you group everything up, you pop Debilitating Roar, and then you almost have this immunity window to spam tornadoes, and then the damage pops with the Barber, and a lot of times if the density is there, you just kill all of the elites within that Debilitating Roar window. And what that does is when you pop Debilitating Roar, nearby enemies deal 70% less damage for 4 seconds. I think it's really good. Now, you do lose potentially some movement speed to run that aspect, but I think if you can get movement speed on your amulet, movement speed on your boots, and then potentially even movement speed after killing an elite, it's not really that big of a deal. And potentially, too, one other thing you can do is you could run Wind Shear with the movement speed modifier over Storm Strike. If you have enough defense, you can get even more movement speed there. So anyways, guys, I think I'm to the point where I've got everything pretty much nailed down to where I'll start working on the build guide and try to get that out as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.